In this section, we are going to learn the input function in the SimpleGUI. So right now, I have a couple lines of codes, and as you see right now on the top, I have a couple variables. Let me just run and let's see what is going on. I have my simple frame, which looks like it's a perfect square, and I have one object only, which is circle. So right now I have all my variables defined over here, and I have my circle, and that is the frame. So basically, whenever we develop this kind of the script, so we are assigning for which value is going to be assigned to the which variable. So for instance, I have my frame which is 400 by 400. But what if you want to give a freedom to the person who is going to use your application? So you are not allowing them to dive to your scripts, but you want them to make some changes on that. So we will ask them to give us a little bit inputs. So let's see how the input is going to work. So since I already have my frame, I will say on the frame, I want to add input. And we will just discuss just in a second what is the input is all about, and we'll give just idea about that one. So what is the input is, so right now in the input we need three different variables, we need three different arguments, because that is the add input is the function of the SimpleGUI. So first of all, I need to give a name of that input. So let's imagine I have my circle and I want to change the size of the circle, and I will change the radius. Let me say that is radius of circle. So that is the name. After that, we need to give a function for that one. You see, so right now we already have the function, so that add input is a function from the SimpleGUI, and we have another function that we are going to develop. Now I will give that, let me just give it circle size. I don't want to give the radius because the radius is already was defined over here, so I just want to use like a different variable for that one. And the third one, we need to give the integer, and what is the integer is, so we are going to have the window and how long is that one. So you are giving the user to put some inputs, and we will discuss just in a second. Let me put the 100 for now and we will discuss. So right now it looks like we are all done with all of them. The only thing we need to define what is the circle size. You see, so whenever the input, whenever they make some inputs on it, so they will click on the enter button on the keyboard, so something should happen. And what is that something? That is the circle size, and we need to define it over here. So I will say define circle size, and inside the circle size, so whenever they make some inputs, and that input will be saved to one of the variables. So let me just call it A. Okay, so right now whenever they make some changes, so what I want to change, I want to change my radius. So I will say global radius, because that is going to be changed now. And now I will say that my radius will be equal to the A. So what is the A is whatever the user will give to me. Okay, so that is here, and that is the A. But we need to pay attention here, whatever we get from the user, even if they type any numbers, even if they type something else on the keyboard, it always will be considered as a string. But here we are using the integer because 100 is a number. Okay, so right now the A is a string and we need to convert it to the integer. So I will say that is my integer, and I will save it to the radius. So what does it mean? That whatever I will get from the user, I will convert them to the integer, to the real number, and after that I will save to the radius, and the radius is going to be changed. Perfect. So right now let's see what is going on. I have a radius of the circle. Do you see the name? Where that name is coming? That name is coming right over here. So that is kind of small description for the user, whoever is going to use. Let's analyze. Let's see number 100. You see, I used to have number 100. What does it mean? That is the 100 pixels long. If you want, you can make it longer. If you want, you can make it shorter. It's up to you how wide you want to use that. So let me just put it like 200 and we'll see the difference. So I will put 200. So right now I have a little bit longer now. So right now, let me just change the size. So initially, what was the size? The size was 100, you see? So that is a default. And right now, what if I will put a 50? I tap the 50, you see? So whenever I click the enter, so my Reddit is being changed now. So maybe you will be just a little bit confusing what is that A stands for. And that A, so whatever the user get input, so whenever they hit enter, that is going to be saved to the A. And after that, we will just make some modifications and we will use that A in our program. So basically that is how it's working. And what if I will put not a number and the user will put something different? So for example, instead of 50, I will put ABC. If I click it, it will give me error saying that ABC is not string, which is okay. And here I was trying to convert my string to the integer, but ABC is not convertible. So that gives the error and it is not working now.